I'll just share my screen as well. Yeah, sorry. I hope everyone can see my screen. I think we are on time, so it's about 3 p.m. Let's maybe wait another 1 or 2 minutes. Let's see if anyone else can join, and then we'll start. If people are unable to join, it's fine. We will be, of course, posting a recording of this on the channel link. Uh, all right, I think we're good to go. We should start. So, hello, good afternoon, parents and participants. This is the program orientation for Junga 2. The batch that starts on, as you can see, 31st of May and we end at 6th of June. It'll be a 5 night, 6 day camp, excluding travel, of course. There's a small glimpse of the camp that we'll be staying at. This is what the accommodation looks like. I will dig deeper into the accommodation as we go in the orientation. So this orientation is largely about me explaining the itinerary and the kit list that we have earlier shared with you bit by bit. Some history about the company, perhaps, we've been doing this since 1996. We will complete our 30 years next year. So very excited. We started with 300 kids as by the name of I Discover I. And later on, of course, we split into Inme and Eureka. And then back in 2019, we merged and we've been, since the last 30 years, making sure that the kids have great experiential learning programs during summers and otherwise. Also, we work with schools, we have verticals for that. Uh, like this, you can see this is one glimpse of the beautiful camp that Junga is. And if I talk about the location, this one is at about 5,100 feet. If you've heard about Chail near Himachal, this is exactly there, Junga. The nearmost city would be Shimla if you want like a landmark pit stop. So that is there. Now, Junga is basically a great camp, and it's been running since more than 2 decades now. Uh, how great and why great? Because this was started with the intention that we will, get 9 to 11 year olds in this one. The layout of the camp, the way we have built the accommodation, the washrooms, the activities design, everything in that sort is suitable for a first timer who joins us. So 9 to 11 is the age category where that is why we cater to this age category in this particular camp. The travel is also relatively shorter, because up north all of our camps are even more ahead. Like when you grow up in age and you want to explore other camps, you'd probably be traveling 12 or 13 hours and it will be worth it even then. But this one is about an 8 hour journey. Now, if we go forward, just a small brief on what sort of activities you can expect to do in this particular camp. So 4 activities. I'll take you through the day's flow also as we go forward, but largely 4 activities. So bouldering, which is basics of rock climbing, low ropes courses, hiking, which is you understanding what backpacking is so that you can do backpacking in the coming years, and basics of outdoor survival skills. So hiking will teach you something, in and around a planned expedition. And outdoor survival skills is more like, what if you're stuck in the wilderness, and then how do you make the best out of your resources? So that's the fundamental difference. Both are trekking-based modules largely. So we'll quickly go forward. Here are some pictures. So this is the low ropes course. This is kids going for their day out, and this is also the ropes course. You can see this happening in Junga, and kids have had a great feedback over the years for this program. Largely, Inme has had a great feedback overall. So if we talk about it, we've got 96% 5-star ratings and 4-star ratings. So top two boxes have been 96%, between 94 to 96 consistently for the last 3-4 years. 4 years actually. Going forward about the program flow, in regards to what a day on camp looks like. All right, so guys, focus, kids, everyone. 6 a.m. we wake up, and we can wake up with a little bit of or we can wake up like this, but we wake up at 6 a.m. There will be birds chirping outside and instructors, shouting, and they're singing basically to wake you up. So you'll have human alarms technically. And yeah, we welcome you with a hot beverage. It can be Vita, hot chocolate, coffee, chai if you're into it. And we have some biscuits and all, and like some snacks just to get our rhythm going. Forward that, we will start our warm up for the day. Now, warm up, अगर पेरेंट्स समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं व्हाट इज वार्म अप, जैसे बच्चे हम लोग स्कूल में असेंबली में पीटी करते थे टू बिगिन विद, think that, but think 10 times more fun and engaging, because we have like our own songs and dances and activities basically के मैंने मेरी ये कमांड पे आपको ऐसे करना है, मेरी ये कमांड पे कुछ वैसे करना है. So this is just to get the gears going for the day. 8 a.m. we have a break, we have like a breakfast for the day. And kids, most important meal for the day before you go to activities, you will I expect you to stuff yourself with some good carbs, good protein, good fats inside. So please make sure you eat enough. Breakfast is usually a spread of cereals, milk, fruits, the usual upmas or the idli vadas or the parathas or the pohas of the world, and eggs, of course, if you eat eggs. Going forward, then 9 a.m. we disperse for our wow activities. But I'll come to the wow activities later. So 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. is the time where kids within the vicinity of the camp, they leave the camp in around a 5-10 kilometer radius. They do the activities and they come back to the camp by 1 p.m. Now, between 1 to 2:30, of course, there will be lunch, of course, at 1 p.m., which lunch and dinner again, guys, standard seasonal dishes, जो आपके घर पे बनती हैं, parents जो आप घर पे दाल, रोटी, सब्जी, I'd say साथ में जो पनीर की dishes होती हैं, mixed veg होता है, everything of that sort. It's a widespread, all organic, all freshly made. So खाना बहुत स्वाद है कैंप का. I can vouch for it. I go with an intention of losing 5 kilos. I come back with the result of gaining 6. So it's that good. And yes, it will be a widespread of all veg and non-veg dishes. Non-veg we usually serve in dinner. It's like, let's say in a 5-night camp, it's a three-day affair where we also serve non-veg in the dinner. Now, before dinner, sorry, I derailed. Now, this is also your freewheeling time in the sense कि हम सुबह सुबह नहीं बोलेंगे कि go take a bath. The water is cold. You're trying to acclimatize to the weather. Doesn't make sense. Activities से आने के बाद, when you're like completely dirty and drenched in sweat, which we expect you to be, then you take a bath. Junga washrooms have attached it's hot running water, so you don't have to worry about getting water hot. If you wish to also bathe with hot water, we have hot running water. You can take a bath, rearrange your tents, and then we start with the evening cool time. Now, evening cool time activities can be a lot of things. Let me put them in few brackets. Number one, minute to minute games or team building games, or we don't call them team building games because you would not realize they're team building games, but they are. In some nuance or fashion, you will be working collaboratively with a set of people. And साथ में instructions follow कर रहे होगे आप लोग, commonly कोई goal achieve कर रहे होगे, which is also our intent. So this is one. B, we also have reflection sessions. Parents, you would like this. So once we do these activities, kids are subconsciously I'd say, in a reflective zone. Now, what happens then is that ये तो वो reflection कर रहे हैं अपने अंदर, अपने दिमाग में. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So बच्चे सबकॉन्शियसली अपने दिमाग में रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हैं, ऑफ कोर्स के मैंने आज ऐसे चैलेंज अचीव किया है, मैंने ये किया है. बट देन शाम को व्हाट वी डू इज वी फैसिलिटेट दैट एंटायर चेन ऑफ थॉट. We give them journal books where we sat down with behavioral scientists, drafted questions. You know what? These things will ignite some questions. Okay, how do I learn? How do I perhaps make new friends? What is my motivation? जब मुझे एक्टिविटी करने का मन नहीं था, तो क्या मुझे अंदर से लगा कि मुझे हाइट्स का फियर ओवरकम करना चाहिए, या फिर मेरे दोस्तों की हूटिंग से मुझे लगा, फीलिंग ऑफ कंपेटिटिवनेस से लगा, एनीथिंग कुड बी. बट दैट्स आल्सो पार्ट ऑफ द कैंप वेयर वी, इट्स अ रिफ्लेक्शन सेशन बेसिकली. And also you are, sometimes we just give you free time. We have a big enough store. There is stuff for arts and craft, the Jengas, board games, football, cricket stuff. It's a beautiful camp. It's a private vicinity. You can play something if you wish to as well. Followed by 5 p.m. is when we again sit down for our milk tea, coffee, if you're into it, tea, snacks. And then 5:30 p.m., another set of cool time activity begins. Now, this can be debriefing also. So when I talk about reflection sessions, this is where the reflection sessions come in. So before tea and coffee, we can probably have a minute to minute game and so on and so forth. And then post that, we can have our debriefing sessions. 7:30 p.m. is soup time, 8 p.m. is dinner, and 9 p.m. is when we turn the lights off of the camp. Parents, not entire blackout. Of course, the camp is dimly lit for the night. Every trail towards filling up your water or going washroom to get attached here. So everything is like dimly lit, but there are lights off. Now, at this point, we expect the kids to sleep by 9 p.m. But of course, बच्चे हैं, who are we kidding? So they will go inside the tent. They will have their own gossip, chit chat session, which is completely fine. हम 10 बजे फिर एक और पेट्रोलिंग करते हैं कि भाई प्लीज सो जाइए. And then ultimately, yeah, they will be sleeping off because they need to get up at 6 a.m. the next morning. So एक दिन probably अगले दिन तक everything will be fine. If your kids are picky eaters, we will make sure that we are there to serve them. We will make sure that they sleep on time. At least we can request them. And by day two, their themselves will make sure they go खाए भी और सोए भी क्योंकि their body needs the rest, their body needs the food. So they will acclimatize like this in the camp. Now, yeah, talking about the activities in a little bit more detail. So bouldering, like I said, is basically understanding rock climbing at a beginner level. रॉक क्लाइंबिंग में जब हम लोग बड़ी रॉक फेसेस पे जाते हैं तो हम बिलेज और पुलिस की मदद से वी टेक एक्सटर्नल वेटेड सपोर्ट कि अगर हमारा वेट हमसे हैंडल नहीं हो रहा तो हम काउंटर कर सकते हैं. These will be 6 to 8 feet boulders with crash mats on the bottom, with one instructor on the top and one on the bottom. The purpose that this activity will serve is to sort of teach you कि different pressure point holds कैसे हैं रॉक पे, हम अपना weight कैसे मैनेज करते हैं एक रॉक के ऊपर. And yeah, you will all get to do bouldering. If you feel excited enough, you can do it again. We don't mind. Take your turns and take your tries. Next is hiking. Now, hiking is basically hiking. जैसा नाम वैसा काम. हमने ट्रैक करना है पहाड़ों में. So चैल के ब्यूटीफुल पहाड़ों में हम ट्रैक करने वाले हैं. The only difference is that there is a way to hike. There is a way to conserve your energy while hiking. There is even a way to drink water. There are rules you need to understand, like leave no trace. वेरी बेसिक रूल कि जब हम पहाड़ों में घुसते हैं तो हम जैसे आए थे हम वैसे ही जाने वाले हैं. लाइक वी नो वी लीव नथिंग, नॉट अ रैपर, नॉट नथिंग. Small rules that you need to understand. We will go for a day out that day, which basically means it's not the only trekking part, but executing an expedition, which also requires you to understand how to collect wood, make fire without matchsticks, how to pitch your own tents, and how to read maps and compasses. All of that will be under hiking. Now we come to low ropes course. Junga has an elaborated and beautiful low ropes course. It is absolutely amazing. A low ropes course is basically 4 to 5 feet ropes and bamboos like obstacle course. As we go higher in age, we can literally go up to 30 feet again with the same concept. That's called a high ropes course. And number of elements increase. But this is appropriately challenging for you guys. So we will do low ropes courses. You will understand different type of knots. You will understand different type of balancing techniques. How do you cross the your obstacle course with the help of others and within your own hand-eye coordination. So that will be low ropes course for you. Basic outdoor survival skills are a tad bit different from hiking. हम लोग प्लान करके जाते हैं हाइकिंग करते वक्त तो हम लोग सब सामान लेके जाएंगे. हम जब वहां जाएंगे तो हम वहां पे जाके समझेंगे अब बेसिक आउटडोर सर्वाइवल स्किल्स में कि बॉस अब हम यहाँ आ चुके हैं, हाउ डू वी मेक द बेस्ट आउट ऑफ आवर रिसोर्सेज. सो शेल्टर मेकिंग, आइडेंटिफाइंग फ्लोरा एंड फौना, एडिबल प्लांट्स, fire starting skills without matches like we did in backpacking. This is what inculcates basic outdoor survival skills. Within the camp, you will be staying there for 5 nights. Or for the kids to understand, I will just I'll reiterate. Day one activity first half, second half, our time, cool time. Day two, second activity first half, and then cool time. Day three and day four. Day five will be program closure, feedback sessions, and helter skelter. Helter skelter is हमारा version of the Olympics. तो जितने आपने इन दिनों में चीजें सीखी हैं, हम उसका elements उठा के we make a beautiful game, not just one, many games. And you will be basically making teams, like in Harry Potter, if you've seen. So they make teams like houses, and then you compete for points, not prizes. We play in good sport, but you will compete. And it is beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. So that is there. You will have a good time there. Now, and then we leave the camp. हम लोग को camp से निकलना भी है, शाम तक पहुंचना भी है. That is there. This is another a few photos. This is so what this is called. This is called KPRD. KPRD बोला जाता है इसको. हमने नहीं नाम, हम तो common shelter बुलाते थे. But over the years, क्योंकि we're doing 30 years now, बच्चे आए and they started calling it KPRD purely because one group at one point said यहाँ पे हम खाना पीना रोना धोना सब करते हैं. This is the place where we sit together. At the end of the day, we all gather together when we have our tea, when we have our snacks, we are chit-chatting about what happened today, ye, wo, school, YouTube, whatever. This is your time. So this is that common place. Now, coming to safety, major thing, parents, of course, will be, I'm pretty sure our sales team will have been more than generous while telling you the safety protocols, but of course, I will be happy to just rephrase it again one time. So safety protocols के अंदर दो चीजें होती हैं. There is emotional safety, there is physical safety. Physical safety समझना surprisingly ज्यादा आसान है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे चीजें हम लोग bit by bit check कर सकते हैं. This is what we do everything. So let's begin with my instructors. My instructors are all certified instructors, the best that you will get in the country for adventure activities. If you can see these names, NOLS, NIM, JIM, HMI, all of these are the best institutes in the country. So they've taken their advanced mountaineering courses or basic mountaineering courses from there, and then that is step one. Step two is then what this basically comes under emotional safety now. So emotional safety के अंदर क्या होता है कि बस हम देखते हैं कि आप एक अच्छे इंस्ट्रक्टर हैं, of course, in terms of your outdoor scaling, but are you good enough to work with kids? क्या आप can you sit down and patiently see कि इस एक बच्चे की क्या नीड है इस टाइम पे? Are you approachable? Are you sensitive towards their feelings? And if we see that, then only they get on board with us, and then we have continuous I'd say instructor training programs with them. So every 3-4 months, we all gather from all over the country to different campsites of ours to keep our instructors up with the pace कि आजकल बच्चों की लाइफ में चल क्या रहा है, so that they understand कि ये अगर इस पॉइंट पे ऐसे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं तो उसके पीछे वजह क्या है. And then they can of course sit down. So an instructor is not just there for activities to check कि equipment ठीक से काम कर रहा है, safety briefings and all. That is an obvious why people choose Inme, because instructors there here are guardian figures. This is सुबह से लेके शाम तक बच्चों के साथ रहने वाले हैं वो. खाने की सर्विंग्स, हाइड्रेशन, सुबह से शाम हुई तो एक्स्ट्रा जैकेट का लेयर, anything and everything that you can imagine that aap as a guardian karenge camp pe, that will be replicated by the instructors with due diligence. And that is how sort of we make sure that the kids are safe at the camp. The ratio is of course 6:1. For every 6 kids, I'll have an instructor at the camp. There will be female instructors in the camp as well. The standard ratio is for every 10 female participants, I'll have one female instructor. This is not fixed. It is again, there has to be one female instructor, but there can be multiple as well, depending on how many girls and how do we see that the group is framed. Sometimes boys also like opening up to female instructors more because there's a motherly figure that they see in them. So there is this, they seem कि इनसे बात करूंगा शायद थोड़ी कम डांट पिटे, डांट किसी से नहीं पिटेगी, but ठीक है, we understand that. Now, transport, very fairly simple. These are called luxury recliner seat buses. If you've seen Volvos or Indo-Canadians, this is exactly that. We'll be traveling via these buses till Kathgodam, and then we'll be shifting to smaller buses. These can be tempo travelers. Yes, kids, please focus. जब हम shift करेंगे तो हम uphill चलाते हुए गाड़ी में, बस में AC नहीं चलाते हैं. ये एक स्टैंडर्ड ड्राइविंग रूल है पहाड़ों का, तो आप प्लीज डिसअपॉइंट ना होइएगा. हवा बहुत ठंडी होगी वहां की, यू विल एंजॉय द जर्नी, यू विल सी द माउंटेन्स, एंड प्लस आई होप यू स्लीप ऑफ at least your excitement, contain the excitement for that one night and sleep it off. सुबह पहुंचेंगे आप ऑलरेडी पहाड़ों में होंगे, you'll be there at the camp. Now about equipment, like I earlier mentioned, so what you need to, the key word here is international UIAA standards. This standard, this particular term does mean that not just in India, internationally, if this equipment is audited, it is certified by international standards. So this is that good, top notch, best in the country again. And there is regular checkups, there are regular audits after every camp, before every activity, while safety briefings. We make sure that our equipment is to the T point. Uh, Medical support on the camp, again, fairly simple. Uh, so if we talk about medical support, inside the camp, there will be an MBBS doctor that will live with the kids, basically practically spend time with the kids. So सुबह से लेके शाम तक अगर किसी कुछ भी माइनर स्क्रैच वुंड सम वॉलिनी स्प्रे सम ड्रेसिंग कभी अगर अगले सब बुखार है all of that can be taken care of by an instructor, sorry, by the medical staff. While filling up the form, I genuinely hope that you have in the medical section written down that these are the pre administered medicines or the medicines that my child will be carrying. This has to be given at this time. So that gives us a note to sort of give the doctor a brief कि boss ये medicines हैं day one पे kids आपको hand over करेंगे, and then you need to make sure कि ये इस time पे बच्चों को administer होती हैं, which are of course there. Now going forward, oh yeah, one more thing. The nearby hospital is about a 45-minute drive. We have an emergency vehicle right outside the camp for some rare occasions where we need external doctor support. Maybe the ankle sprain is paining and we feel that basic X-ray karana is a safer side. Doesn't happen really, not during activities, rather more towards the evening football sessions. But still, it is always a good practice to have that. So yeah, we'll come forward to what happens on the communication protocol once I talk about the communication protocol. Now, while we talk about the accommodation, Junga mein, I'll just make it easier for you to understand that. So paint like a visual picture. जो आपने फोटो देखी थी 10 by 12 feet का कैनवस टेंट है, वो 2.5 feet के कंक्रीट प्लेटफॉर्म पे बना है. उसके अंदर we have our mattresses, so 1 2 3 4 5. 4 to 5 kids can easily stay inside the tent. These are huge enough tents. And when we talk about washrooms, washrooms are just right bank opposite attached to the tent where you have proper Western like WCs, hand faucets, hot running water, all facilities available. अब हाँ ये बात है कि 1 second. Yeah, sorry for that. There was somebody at the door. So I was mentioning earlier, yeah, we're talking about the washrooms. Kids, you need to understand that जब तुम आ रहे हो कैंप पे, make sure that you're coming with an expectation of कि ये हमारा campsite है. This is not, a luxury hotel or a resort. या फिर जो हमने family holidays ली हैं, ये उसको beat नहीं कर पाएगा in terms of aesthetic appeal. Use case, everything is working fine. Tents अच्छे से काम करते हैं, काम क्या करना है, tents होते हैं वहाँ पे. Washrooms, everything is working fine. So you need to make sure that you come with an expectation, boss, this is a camp. आजकल लोग पहाड़ों में टेंट के अंदर एसी पंखे टीवी सब लगा देते हैं, हम भी लगा सकते हैं, but we choose not to. We feel that you should stay close to the feeling of a camp. And that's why we think कि आप जब आएंगे कैंप पे तो you should feel कि ये ना एक campsite है. And this is the best campsite in the world. The way we've built it up, you will feel like this is the best camp, not the best resort. So I hope you get the differentiation. Meals, I think हमने starting में ही बात कर ली थी. So there will be buffet style meals throughout the day. I think I've explained this pretty clearly earlier. Travel plan again, we depart at 10 p.m. from Delhi Airport Terminal. This is not Terminal 2. This was made earlier. We've recently shifted to Terminal 1. The message that you receive for the departure details will have Terminal 1 location because Terminal 2 is under maintenance right now, purely. So we depart at 10 p.m. and we expected to reach at the camp around 8 a.m. Breakfast time. Similarly, on the return journey, we depart post-breakfast, en route lunch, and 7 p.m. is when we come back to Delhi on the same place. Journey is about 360 kilometers and it's 10 hours. It will include bio breaks, of course. While on the journey, हमारे travel leaders बच्चों के साथ होंगे to facilitate any bio breaks, motion sickness problems, snacks on the way, or anything of that sort. We exactly these guys are professionally trained कि भैया ये आपको ऐसे travel lead करना है, facilitate करना है. Make sure the journey is comfortable. Now going forward. Yes, some certain these are expectation settings are like sort of different from what I was talking about earlier. These are the logistical things of this is happening at the camp. This is more nuanced. This is something that you should understand before you come to the camp. Now, like I mentioned earlier, not a luxury camp or a resort. That entire bit, I think I've explained, and I think fairly clearly. Yeah, there's one more thing in this, that जब आप टेंट्स या वॉशरूम यूज करते हैं, तो यू नीड टू मेक श्योर कि आप वो फॉलो कर रहे हैं ना सोशल एटिकेट्स के. आई एम लिविंग विद समबडी, सो I will make sure to keep my space clean, and I expect everyone else in my tent to also keep their space clean. Now, similarly in washroom, जब हम washroom enter करते हैं, we need to make sure it's as clean as it was when I entered it while I'm leaving it. So, right? So, हम of course washroom साफ करेंगे जब आप एक्टिविटीज के लिए गए होगे. It's a 3 time in a day affair. But उसके अलावा भी we expect आप अपने जगह का ख्याल रखेंगे. Communication updates, I think this one is the major one that parents should be listening to majorly. जब आपको इसका message आया होगा from my colleague's number, the orientation, that would have had a Zoom link, and that would have also had a WhatsApp channel link. If you have not clicked on the link, clicked on follow already, please do, because everything going forward will be posted on the channel itself. Now, what will be posted in the channel itself? A, the departure details. B, the arrival on camp details. C, the daily updates. Subah 11 baje, sham ko 6 baje, what the group has done, what the group is going to do, what is the weather like, what food they've eaten, what are the energy levels, all of that, along with a few group pictures. Now, parents, these group pictures are purely for update purposes. They are not the entirety of what we've clicked. They are just for you to see that the kids are there, they're happy, they're chilling, they're having a good time. The rest of the pictures, the entire dump will be posted once the camp is over in a drive link, and we'll share it on the same channel. Right? I think we have clear. This is no new news that there are no gadgets as available, like allowed on the camp, and that's something that every kid should know. Clearly, we feel that these days kids have had a involuntarily habit. Okay, if the external environment is a little tough, I will quickly switch to an internal environment so that I feel safe here. We don't want kids to be confined to their own internal environments. We'd like them to be in touch with reality more. We'd like them to confront their feelings and articulate them better. We'd like them to go out and have a conversation with somebody they don't know, talk to somebody about their feelings. This is a very nuanced life skill that is sadly getting scarce day by day. So we feel that we not getting phones or any gadgets, perhaps not even a Kindle, will really help this. So please don't get any phones. Parents, I know आप बच्चे होम सिक हो ना हो, आप शायद चाइल्ड सिक हो, but you need to please be very sure of the fact that the kids will go there and they will start to explore a new world. And if at the time in your worry end up कि मेरी बात करा दो बच्चे से, that will hamper their experience. They are just getting out of their shell. वो एक बार यहाँ से कुछ आया मम्मी की आवाज, and they might be homesick. It shouldn't be doing this. So if anything, if there's any separate piece of information, if a child has perhaps fever, small fever, and we need to give an antibiotic, somebody wants to skip an activity because they feel lethargic, any medical condition where it's more than a scratch or a small wound, we will definitely give you a call and take your call on it, so you'll be updated then and there. But apart from that, rule of thumb, no news is good news. किड्स, आई डोंट थिंक कि आप में से कोई मतलब ऐसा होगा जो एक्टिव नहीं होगा इस एज पे. लाइक आई बी रियली सैड अगर सारा टाइम हम लोग फोन्स में या फिर वीडियो गेम्स में होंगे. सो इफ एनी वन इज नॉट प्लेइंग एनी स्पोर्ट ऑलरेडी, you might as well would want to try like jogging, swimming, cycling, whatever, for the coming days till the camp starts. It will be good. Zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline is something that I think every one of us here will agree upon, even the kids and the parents, कि बिल्कुल सही बात है, ये बिल्कुल होना चाहिए. Nobody really is a bully by choice or something like that. But there are chances, kids, I need to listen. Everyone, please listen to me. So, kids especially, there are chances that when you go out in a space where people have come, kids have come from all walks of life, from different cities perhaps, and you don't know them from before. There are chances that आपकी और उनकी बातचीत same wavelength पे ना हो. There might be conflict of opinion, right? This can happen not just at the camp. This is more like wider picture कि आप किसी नए कोचिंग में गए या फिर नई क्लास में गए, wherever. The important thing to do there is that find the number one first authority that you see there. Instead of resolving that issue with yourself, like, I'd say come and talk to one of our instructors, have a word with them, tell them, what, this person said something, it didn't suit well with me. And let us facilitate that situation in the way we know, in the way we've been doing for the last 30 years. It's proven to be very good. So let us take care of that. Uses of substance, fairly simple, not allowed, and clearly this is not the age. No junk food or tuck. This is the age kids listen. So when I say no junk food or tuck, I am excluding your journey. So yeah, while you're on the bus, you are free to have that. जो भी आप अपने healthy snacks लेके आना चाहते हैं, some biscuits, whatever. While in the bus, feel free to have them. ज़्यादा मत खाना because it will lead to motion sickness. So, limited quantity में खाना. Now, when you're at the camp, when you reach the camp on the very first day, in the very first instance, we will ask you to deposit everything with us. Parents, हम ये इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि अगर बच्चे चिप्स खाएंगे एंड दे विल फिल अप देयर स्टमक विद द चिप्स, देन जो रोटी बनाई है हमने एंड जो दाल बनाई है हमने, जो प्रोटीन कार्ब्स और फैट्स उनके अंदर जाने चाहिए फॉर द एक्टिविटीज, वो मिस हो जाएंगे एंड दे विल फील एक्सट्रीमली lethargic. That is the reason that parents will agree and reason with. Kids will not listen to this. So kids, there is one more reason. If you end up sneaking something in the tent and end up opening, let alone dropping a crumble, the aroma itself will invite all ants and rodents and everything, right? Now we don't want any ants in your, or any rodents, or any for that matter कोई ऐसा अनजान insect हमें आपके tent पे नहीं चाहिए ना आपको चाहिए होगा. So please make sure to deposit everything to the instructors on day one itself. We promise we will give you everything back on the last day. If there are chocolates, maybe few of them may be missing. Instructors भी कभी कभी भूखे होते हैं, but largely आपको सब कुछ मिल जाएगा वैसा का वैसा वापस. Pocket money, again, kids will not have anything to spend on during the journey. If somebody is flying for this journey, then maybe, a few, थोड़े से पैसे अगर airport में कुछ खाना है तो. Otherwise, largely, nothing really required. What you can perhaps give them is 1,500, 2,000 rupees, purely because we display our merchandise on the last day of the camp, and kids love and they would like to take a souvenir back. For that, they might need some money, and that is the only place they will be carrying. They're only requiring money. So on day one, medicines, tuck, and money is deposited to us, and on last day, we give it back as is. This was the bit on 1 second. This was the bit on the itinerary. Now we will shift to the kit list. So I will share my screen again. Just allow me a second. Perfect. Mhm. If anyone can give me a thumbs up in regards to my screen is visible with the kit list. Perfect. Thank you, Aaron. All right. So it is anyway quite self-explanatory, but I will just take you through exactly why. Sorry. The weather can oscillate between 30 degrees in the daytime to 18 degrees in late night, which is perfectly fine. That is पहाड़ों का weather. दोपहर की धूप कड़क होती है, शाम की ठंड चिली होती है. And we need to pack accordingly. Now, 6-7 t-shirts, preferably quick dry. Yes, quick dry क्योंकि आपको शायद कपड़े धोने का टाइम नहीं मिलेगा और हम लॉन्ड्री सर्विस प्रोवाइड नहीं करते. अल्टीमेटली कैंप पे ही. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज, हमारे टेंट के बाहर बहुत सारी रोप से, बैम्बू से वो टेंट खड़ा हुआ है. वहां पे हम जब छोटे थे तो वहां टांग दिया करते थे. You can do the same. If not, you can keep it in the tent. 6-7 t-shirts will suffice for 6-7 days. 2-3 pair of shorts and at least one quick dry. 3 track pants, 6-7 pairs of socks. Yes, 6-7 because you will need a new pair every day and maybe 1 or 2 spare. 1 quick dry towel, 1 cap because sun heat is direct at the mountains. You need to cover your head while doing the activities or at least while trekking. Sufficient undergarments, 2 pair of night clothes, 1 fleece jacket for the evening when it gets chilly, or a sweatshirt is also fine. 1 poncho or a raincoat. Parents like a wind cheater, जो waterproof jackets होती हैं knee length तक, that will suffice. It is purely safety net. If there is rain, then of course we have our backup plan set कि हम अगर उस दिन कोई activity particularly नहीं कर सकते तो उसकी जगह करेंगे क्या. But for that, kids will have to be in the raincoats. Now, footwear, fairly simple. Two things that the kids need to carry. One is a floater or a sandal, and one is a shoe. दोनों में एक चीज कॉमन है, एंड वॉच मी व्हाइल आई डू दिस. अगर आप सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि क्या लेके जाना है क्या नहीं लेके जाना है, the sole should not be foam, it should be rubber. How do you test it? अगर मैं ऐसे प्रेस करता हूँ and it's my finger sinks in, that's probably foam. If it's sturdy, then that's rubber. I need rubber sole. I will also request कि नए ना हो तो better है, because थोड़ी सी grip उसकी slippery होती है. Plus, if you have a shoe bite, then it's also another problem. So if you're planning to buy right now, wear every day till the camp so that you're comfortable in those shoes. If you're not planning to buy anything right now, if you already have them, then make sure the sole is rubber and the sole is steady, like it's not rugged out. Can we carry, common question, can we carry Crocs or slippers? Please don't. That is an invitation to twisting your ankle in a rocky terrain. As simple as that. This has straps. This will support your ankle. And this is exactly why we are asking you to get this. Even for me, this is not the most fashionable thing, I know. But I will wear this because it serves the purpose. Now, other items, personal toiletries, were fairly simple, toothbrush paste and all of that. SPF 30 plus है यहाँ पे sunscreen, मैं कहूँगा get 50 plus. It's better. Lip balm and cold cream, yes. Mosquito repellent cream or spray, yes. Wear fuller layers in the evening, side note. A pair of sunglasses, definitely. If you're wearing specs, extra pair of specs, please. It's an adventure camp. You might end up scratching or breaking one, not by your mistake, but by, just by the situation. You should have one extra pair of specs. A torch or a headlamp, definitely. Plastic bag used for wet clothes, yes. So that your mothers, when they come back and open the bag, they're not, taken aback with the beautiful aroma of Camp Junga. So that is also there. And one water bottle, 750 ml to 1 liter should do good. Iske upar, it will be too heavy. Iske niche, it will not serve the purpose. Now, sleeping bags and inflatable pillows is something that you need to carry. What we do is, post COVID, हमने sleeping bags को भी वैसे ही माना है कि यार देखो आपकी चीजें आप लाने वाले हो, आप चाहो तो नहीं ला सकते हो, हमारे पास कैंप पे है. We wash them, we sun dry them, we sanitize them after every camp. But if you choose, if you wish to, check it for yourself कि ये वाला comfortable है कि नहीं, you can carry your own. Inflatable pillows are not available at the camp. This is something that if you wish to carry, you can carry. I will recommend do carry. It's all available at Decathlon. Spectacles के बारे में मैं बता चुका हूँ, medicines के बारे में बता चुका हूँ, but still, जब आप medicines पैक करेंगे तो बच्चे 2 बैग कैरी करेंगे, एक बड़ा बैग एक छोटा बैग. छोटे बैग में एक ऐसी जिप जो एक्सेसिबल है, वहां पे एक सेपरेट पाउच फॉर मेडिसिन. इफ पॉसिबल डॉक्टर्स नोट, इफ नॉट वी हैव इट. मेक श्योर यू pack it like that so that we can, as it is, hand over it to the doctor on the camp. Now, what I was talking about on the packing कि छोटा बैग बड़ा बैग, उसका पर्पस क्या है. जो आपका बड़ा रक्सैक है 60-55 लीटर्स का, वो आपका सारा सामान कैरी करेगा. वो आप एयरपोर्ट लेके आएंगे अपने कंधे पे, वहां से हम उठाकर उसको बस के कंपार्टमेंट में डालेंगे. कंपार्टमेंट से वो जाएगा कैंप पे, और कैंप से जाएगा सीधा आपके टेंट में. ये 2 ही जगह है जहां पे वो आप बैग कैरी करोगे फॉर लाइक 5-10 मिनट्स. एंड सिमिलरली ऑन योर वे बैक ऑन द लास्ट डे. इसके अलावा जो दिन भर का आपका my cap, my sunscreen, my hand sanitizer, water bottle, so on and so forth, a hand towel will be in the small daycare bag, like a school bag, so that you don't have to carry that big bag every day. That is your almirah that is set in the camp. While we're talking about this is the same reason we don't recommend carrying trolleys or perhaps handbags, like duffel bags. क्योंकि अगर आपने बैग को कंधे पे ही कैरी करना है, क्योंकि बाकी टेरेन ऐसी है नहीं कि उसका पर्पस सर्व हो पाएगा ट्रॉली का. This is the best way to carry weight. Rucksack is the most comfortable way to carry weight. I've seen kids coming on Junga with bags as big as them, and it's absolutely adorable to watch them. But it feels really good to see kids doing that, and they do carry their bags by themselves. Now, I think we've discussed on the cash bit also. Minimal amount, 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees is more than enough. Phones, do not carry. एक्सपेंसिव ज्वेलरी प्लीज डू नॉट कैरी, गुम जाएगी, नहीं मिलती है, एडवेंचर कैंप है, कहीं भी हो सकती है, प्लीज डोंट कैरी any electronic gadgets. Like I mentioned earlier, if you want to carry a camera like a digicam like this one, not a DSLR, that is fine. Activities ke alawa aap camp mein, if you want to click pictures as a hobby, we're okay with that. No cellular collection. This is a good example of what you should be carrying. You need to make sure that anything that you carry like jewelry or gadgets or anything etc is your responsibility. You will be taking care of it. We have charging points at the KPRD at the common area where we can charge your cameras, but it is ultimately your responsibility. Having said that, also don't, yeah, one more thing. Don't carry expensive clothing because your clothes will be rugged by the end of the day. If you wish to or don't wish to. वो एक कैंप का नेचर है. सो वेयर समथिंग एज बेसिक एज पॉसिबल जस्ट फॉर द सेक ऑफ कि हमने खेलना है इसके अंदर, हमने हाइक करनी है इसके अंदर. दैट इज द आइडिया, राइट? If anyone is flying for this particular camp, it is as simple, कि जब हम बच्चे फोन हैंड ओवर करते हैं, there's a problem in that कि वो ऐसे ही एक फोन एक चार्जर हमें पकड़ा देते हैं, बट उसको समेट के रखना मुश्किल है. सो वी हैव एस्टैब्लिश्ड लाइक अ आउटलाइन आउट लाइक अ पैरामीटर ऑफ हाउ. सबसे पहले एक बड़ा पाउच, उसमें आपका फोन, आपका चार्जर, आपका पावर बैंक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज द मॉर्निंग यू कम बैक और द इवनिंग यू कम बैक यू विल नॉट हैव योर फोन चार्ज. उसको चार्ज करने के लिए पावर बैंक लगेगा. सो चार्जर, फोन, पावर बैंक. इफ यू हैव एनी पेपर वर्क लाइक अ फोटोकॉपी ऑफ योर टिकट, you can like keep that packed in a pouch and label that with your name and then hand it over to us. And that is about it. इसके अलावा आई थिंक मैं बहुत देर से बोल रहा हूँ. आई वुड लव फॉर यू टू आंसर एनी क्वेश्चंस. आई हैव 3 on the chat. All right, 1 second. Do we need to make high ankle shoes to prevent rainwater going inside? Not really. Not really. Even with the high ankle shoes, the rain water will go inside. What you perhaps can do is get waterproof shoes, but that's also like it's a one-off thing. Raining at Junga in this time does not really happen. So we're good. We're good. We can do activities in floaters also if that is the case. Uh,
Can I just interrupt? So I asked the question about the ankle shoes, high ankle shoes. So I was checking the weather, and apparently it's raining right now in Chell. I'm not really sure how far the camp is from main Chell. So my
sure.
understanding was that the lowers which we'll be getting for the kids will be waterproof trekking pants. So
Correct.
if you make them just overlap the high ankle shoes, and the water doesn't really seep inside. So
Well, if
that was the
that
logic. If
I understand. Sure, sure. I mean, yeah. See, again, Chehel में बारिश हो रही है. Of course, I would say, is it like raining back to back? Like, is it the weather report says
it's
कि
showing rain like for the next couple of days.
okay?
तो एंड पहाड़ है तो होगा ही कुछ समझ बारिश तो होगी है
Hard है
उसमें
तो
होगा ना हो
unpredictable तो है sir, for sure है. I would say if you want to carry ankle high waterproof shoes, you can carry. Again, I would say कि अगर this is completely a choice that you should take. We cannot like seriously predict rain in that sense. If it happens, we have our plan set up. बच्चे ponchos पहन के कर सकते हैं. Waterproof shoes carry करना is always a safer choice. That's perfectly fine.
ओके फेयर इनफ थैंक्स
All right. So, which temperature sleeping bag? 10 degree, 20 degree. I think 10 should be good. 10 should be good. How often will the kids need to carry the rucksack? You need to list enough for the kids to carry if to be done often. Like I just explained कि वो उनका अलमीरा है, वो बस कैंप बस के बूट कंपार्टमेंट से कैंप के टेंट में और उसके बाद लास्ट डे पे बैक दिन भर. अदरवाइज वो सिर्फ अपना छोटा बैग कैरी करेंगे. All right, Tanvi ma'am has asked how many kids are registered. Allow me a second, ma'am. Ma'am, 32 kids have registered, 16 boys and 16 girls. If we want you to provide sleeping bags, do we need to inform before? No, you don't need to inform us beforehand. Day one, when the participants reach the camp, they can just tell the instructors and they'll be more than happy to help. So that was the end of the chat questions. Any other questions that you might have, you can always raise your hands. If not, you can drop the call as well. That's perfectly fine.
Sorry, one more thing. Do we need to get them some any extra gear like trekking poles or extra gear trekking poles या कुछ देना
No,
चाहिए?
not nothing in regards to equipment, nothing.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Welcome, sir.
I think for rain, actually rains will be the bit I think which will cause a little bit of discomfort if it does happen. तो कुछ और precautions, मतलब कुछ और एक चीज हमें, ponchos you already mentioned, waterproof, dry fit, t-shirt, lowers, shoes, anything else?
Yeah, so this is in regards to the kit list. I think this will suffice if it rains on the camp, and we also have ponchos on the camp if kids are not carrying by chance.
ठीक है, thanks.
Okay, so there's one more question. Wait, anyone traveling from Lucknow, ma'am? I will have to see and get back to you. I'll just drop my number in the chat. You can text me after the call. Just give me a second. You go pick up and drop point and time. So like the docket says, sir, terminal 2, which is now shifted, so do not follow that. It will be terminal 1 near pillar number 8. 2 days before the program, we will send out, like you receive the communication for the orientation. Similarly, you will receive the communication for the departure point, where you will basically see the Google pinpoint location, the departure coordinator's number, and so on and so forth. In terms of time, since the departure is at 10 p.m., we expect you to report there by 9 p.m. max.
Hi, Unat.
Hello, sir.
My son Vivan gets a stomach ache quickly if he doesn't eat in the morning. So if you're going to reach the camp by 8, by what time are they expected to have breakfast?
Immediately, sir. First thing to do is have breakfast.
Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Most welcome.
Unat,
Yeah,
I have a question. Okay. Somebody else, I think.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Unat, what's the weather like there? The temperature, did you mention? Sorry, I must have missed it.
Yeah, so it can oscillate between 30 degrees to 14, 15 degrees. Daytime, since the heat is
Okay.
direct, it can go up to 30 degrees. And in the evening, since it's basically lush green and in hills, the wind is chilly and it makes it about 14 degrees.
Okay. So my son is a little, he has a little breathing issue. So he's on, like, he can carry his nebulizer and everything, and I'll hand it over to you. The inhaler and everything.
Well, we have nebulizers at the camp also. Just one second.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That is my
Sorry.
colleague.
Hi.
Hi.
We have a nebulizer on board, right? You don't need to send it. What is the dosage he's taking?
So very minimal, like Levolin or a Budocort 0.5
We
or
have
like
both
a
over
1.
there, so you don't need to worry.
So I
Just
don't need to send anything.
mentioned it if you've not mentioned it in the form, just drop a message. We'll just note it down.
I'll do that.
My
He
number
has a portable one also. I don't know. I'll speak to you maybe after
You
the
don't need to send a portable one. We have it over there, right?
Okay.
You don't need to send it. We just need to know the dosage if required.
Okay. I'll do that.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks.
My number's in the chat for that, ma'am. You can just drop me a text.
Okay. Thanks.
Yes, Tanvi,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes, Unnat, I just saw on AccuWeather that's showing rain all 5 days and like heavy thunderstorm kind of thing. So just check the weather's conditions before, because it's a hilly area and there can be landslides and whatever. Just before the kids travel, just check if it's safe enough to even travel right at that time, because at AccuWeather it's showing all days heavy storm.
Surely.
Okay. Sorry, because I was hearing this. I'm just
Yeah.
ma'am,
Hi,
just to
Nitin.
let you know, we had a deep sea adventure program which was supposed to run a few days back, right?
Okay.
Which was happening in Andamans. We keep a close watch on the weather, right? And
Yeah.
it was a cyclonic upcoming storm. We didn't even know that if it's going to be a cyclone or not. It was developing into a cyclone. We
Yeah.
canceled the whole program.
Perfect.
Nothing happened. No storm, nothing. Right? We could have run the program, but as a precaution, we had done that. So that's the kind of care we take. Junga is also protected from one side, right? It doesn't. It gets shaded. So even when you're seeing rain in Chel, it might not be raining in Junga at all.
Okay.
Right? And the mountain that
Perfect.
happens. In the mountain, what you'll see is one side rain and the other side totally dry. Right?
Yeah.
So we take, obviously, we have backup plans. We have enough covered area for the children to be under shelter over there. We have run programs in July also when monsoons are there with the schools, right? So
Okay.
we do take care of that. Don't worry about that. That we'll take care of. And if we any kind of danger, we will take precautions beforehand. If required, even cancel the program if required.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No.
Thank you.
Unnat, hi. Again, I just had a question. Um, so that stomachache thing that I told you about my son is just one of those things. He also gets a bit of an allergy for pollen from time to time. So he'll be carrying his anti-allergy meds and anything else that he may require. Do we need to inform you about that separately, or he's good to go with them as and when he feels uncomfortable?
No, there are this. Okay, first of all, आप मेरे number पे मुझे एक text drop करिएगा on what the med is, what is the dosage of the med, what are the symptoms that we should be looking for, कि क्या दिखने पे हमें ये पहले इस पे we should have a close vigilance on this, and if let's say the allergy exaggerates and it ends up happening, then हमें कितनी medicine देनी है, क्या करना है, I would like a proper note on this. You can send it to me and we will make sure that the doctor on the camp has a note of this, and then everyone at the camp, he will make sure, doctor will make sure कि सब instructors को brief करेगा इस बारे में.
Super, super, great, thanks.
Okay, perfect.
So just one more thing, I think you mentioned this, that all the communication will come on that channel now, like the pictures and during the camp, everything will come on that, right?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
So, Unnat, hi, this is Akanksha. I've dropped the messages on the chat, but just wanted to check, like, while, I'll be sending the sleeping bag, that's not an option. Like, that's not a problem. But kids are generally not very comfortable sleeping in the sleeping bag all time. So, is it like a mandate or is it like an optional thing?
There is mattress so that they can, of course, they have a thing to lay on, but sleeping bag usually is like a blanket for them. So instead of closing yourself like a cocoon in a sleeping bag, you sort of wear it as a blanket and close
Got
it
it.
as much as you feel you're comfortable in it.
You don't have to like completely pack yourself.
Not really, it's your choice.
Got it, got it. And the last question, I think I've spoke to you about this earlier, that we'll be in Himachal. We are from Himachal, so we'll pick him directly from the camp
That's
on
perfect.
6th morning at the
That's-
time when you depart, you're leaving for Delhi.
That's perfectly fine. Could you just drop me a text again on
Yeah,
my?
yeah, I will do that.
I will make
Thank
sure to just recheck if their information is with ops or do I need to again give them.
Perfect. Thank you.
Nishit sir, how long is the bus ride from Delhi to camp? 10 hours. Conservatively 10 hours. Like I'm saying, jaldi bhi pahunch sakte hain, but 10 hours. Hope that was clear. Anything else? Anyone?
I'm guessing you'll also be uploading a recording of this, right?
100% on the channel.
Super.
So why is this channel not showing up on my WhatsApp now? I joined the thing, but it's not coming up on my WhatsApp. Is it?
Yeah, let me help you out with this one. Just give me a second. I'll pop up an image and that might just be more helpful. It will not be in your WhatsApp chat. जो आपका home screen है chat वाला, ये उसके अंदर नहीं होगा. So
Okay.
if you can basically see your home screen of WhatsApp जिसके अंदर सारी chats ऐसे line में है ना,
Yeah,
नीचे
yeah.
एक tab है जो कहता है chats, communities and updates, right? Can you spot that?
Yeah. Right.
You click on the updates, then you can see that the channel is listed there.
Okay. So we'll have to every time go into this and check it, right? Then.
Correct. 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Make sure to tune into the channel. If you click on the bell button on the top right, then you can get notified every time something comes up.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Most welcome, ma'am.
Sorry, Unnat, can you explain again about the channel you're talking about? I'm on the WhatsApp group.
Sure. I don't know, it's attached. Okay, so simple. जो आपका व्हाट्सएप स्क्रीन है उस पे चैट्स ऐसे लाइन से आती हैं, राइट? उसके
Yeah.
बिल्कुल नीचे एक टैब है जहाँ पे चैट्स, कम्युनिटीज, ग्रुप्स एंड अपडेट्स करके एक बटन होगा मैम.
Groups. Yeah.
You can see
We have
updates.
groups, favorites. I just have favorites and groups.
You don't have updates.
No, I don't have updates.
If it's, I don't know if it's ऊपर के साइड कहीं पे मैम, कहीं अपडेट्स करके कहीं लिखा हुआ है.
No.
It's very strange. आप what phone are you using, ma'am?
iPhone 15.
Same. I am using the same one. So
New
on
group, new contact, new community chats with AIs, new broadcast. Either this.
no. On the home screen where all the
Yeah,
chat.
that's all unread favorites and groups.
I think you're looking at the wrong place, ma'am. नीचे on the bottom tab. यहाँ पे चार ही
Oh,
button.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, updates. Yes, updates. Yes. Sorry, yeah, got it.
So you click on that and you click on the bell button. It will notify you every time we post. You can directly click on the notification and it'll open to you. Open the chat update channel there.
If I do updates, yes, update, then it comes as Scam Junga.
Correct.
That's the WhatsApp group only, no? It's itself.
That's
Of
the
Scam
WhatsApp
Junga.
channel.
So during travel, if the kids feel pukish, so do you have those puke bags or something, or should we give them to the?
Don't bother, ma'am. We have been doing this too long to know what's going to happen in the travel.
Right.
The kids are pukish. We have two major, things to control that. We have a
And
small tablet called Stugeron. Stugeron basically is an anti-vomiting tablet जो कि हम बस की journey की starting में बच्चों को देते हैं, and it has no side effects, no nothing. So it just keep it in your mouth and it does the job. That is one. Number B, the only way to sort of get over motion sickness is either to hold it or pass the motion. So two ways. If the kids want to pass the motion, we have vomit bags. Kids, I would request give us a 15-minute window if you want to pass the motion, not in the vomit bag, but outside. We can stop at a clean enough place where we can stop and help you and facilitate that with you. Or we can go to the camp directly. So
I'll inform about my one child. He gets bonkers when he is pukish. He doesn't stop and he pukes everywhere. So I'll update you about him because uh, he really gets scared when he feels pukish and then he creates a lot of mess.
not to worry, our instructor will make sure कि उसको उठा के हम अपने पास बिठाएंगे and we will carry n number of puking bags with us with us.
Okay. And for the washroom breaks in the night, like if some kid wants to, so it's everything is
There are facilitated, like there are proper designated washroom bio breaks in the night also. Having said that, हम लोग जिस दो designated bio breaks हैं जहाँ पे हम अपने हिसाब से उतरते हैं, एक लाइन बनाते हैं, head counts होते हैं, सबको लेके जाते हैं, सबको लेके, and that entire process happens. इसके अलावा if the kids want to take a bio break, same thing. Give us a 15-minute window. We can find a nice enough place and stop.
cool. Thanks.
So, as I understand, the ratio of the instructors will be about, like, all of you will be going in the bus with them. So, there'll be about 6, 7 of you in the bus with the children.
Not really, because instructors are already on the camp. Some of them will travel from here.
Okay, but there'll be some female instructors as well going in the bus.
There will be female travel leaders, like instructors are
Yeah.
optional, but travel leaders का काम है travel को facilitate करना, तो वो दोनों होंगे, male and female भी.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Well, if no more questions, we can end the meeting. If everyone's cool with that, maybe a thumbs up would help.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Mark.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking out the time.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Very much. Thank you.
You.
Okay.